Sup guys, Phoenix here. Welcome back to InfraSpace. This is the second episode and we started with troubleshooting. I need to add one more wind turbine here. Okay, that will fix it. So, after the end of the last episode, I added two more areas with oxygen and water that I'm pumping into my residences. However, the focus of this episode, aside from still growing the colony, will be further industrial development. What we are going to do is to produce computers, build parks, upgrade our residences to the next level, and then we are going to produce home robots, which are a more advanced resource which will be necessary to upgrade residences afterwards. We are also going to produce food, and finally we'll also make some trains, train stations, railways, call it whatever. So let's get to business. Alright, so as I said, we have a railway at last. So the collection center for computers, and just right that it's full, has been connected to one train station which has two platforms with two rails each. So basically I have connected those two pairs of rails, one going in each direction, to two stations on two sides of the colony. Each is connected to a distribution center for computer thingies. As you can see, not all rails at all platforms are connected to any railroad. There's no need. This is for future resource, because I don't want trains carrying different resources to stop on the same platforms, which is why I picked very big train stations instead of, for example, one like this that has only one platform, because trains will just get stuck near the platforms and that will waste time. So although those train stations are bigger and more expensive, I went for it. Okay, so we'll go like this. We need to set up two train lines. So we are going to set up one for each side. Okay, so first the left one. We have to manually pick the train stations. Alright, fortunately it's all working as it should. And we are adding the train that will carry stuff. Again, it has to be done manually. Alright, the same goes for the other one. And as you can see, we have trains here when I think the other one's already left, maybe. Oh, okay, the other one is starting here because of the different order in which I picked the train stations. Alright, so for now the resources are being stuffed here. By the way, I don't think this train is carrying any. This doesn't matter. Since the whole railway part is pretty long, I will just add one more train on each side in a moment. I want to wait until those trains arrive so that I can have two trains at exactly the same intervals. Alright, this one is about to arrive, so we can already add one. And the other one, it will still take a moment, I guess. Oh, okay, for some reason I added one to the wrong one. Okay, it doesn't really matter because the tracks don't overlap. Anyway, so this thing will get immediately loaded. And there we go. 100 computers coming right up. And then we have a total ton of those, and still more is coming. So actually I will decrease the distribution radius for now so that we can gradually deliver those resources. If we have distribution radius on full throttle right from the beginning, then AI won't know which houses to serve first, and there may be cases of resources being delivered to one building a piece and then running out in this building before new ones come in. So it's best to gradually expand the radius and gradually include buildings in it. Alright, so where is the train? I think it should be coming soon. Actually, maybe it has already come and left, the empty one. And this is the one that's carrying stuff actually. Yeah, this is the empty one, I guess. Next station. Yeah, this was precisely the one. So in a short while we will have those things here. So while I'm at it, let's immediately construct the parks. Well, let me think. Or I think I'll just build the biggest one that has the largest radius. Of maybe, let me see, 23 by 3. Alright. For some reason, parks have to be connected by road. Why are you not? Good, they are connected, as you can see. So for some reason, parks have to be connected by roads, and there are cars coming out of parks and going into residences. Well, I suppose they are... Well, let's see if he comes out. If he doesn't, that means that the game is literally delivering so-called park resources to those buildings. Yeah, looks like it. It's stupid, but whatever. Guess it works. Alright, so build up those parks, and then I will start... Actually, we can start delivering those things slowly. Well, not that those buildings will upgrade anyway because of no parks. So it doesn't really matter. But as you can see, we have those computer thingies arriving. So it's just the issue of delivering them to the residences. Alright, in this case, I will shortly get those things delivered and build those parks. Let me think what else to do, and in the meantime, let's immediately go to the next part. Okay, so we have progressed again. So first of all, you can notice that there are no more wind turbines here. What we have are instead, actually I don't need this shit here, methane power plants. They consume methane, which I am drilling for here. And they occupy much less space while producing much more energy, so while they have the drawback of requiring workers, they are much more efficient when it's near the city or near a large factory area. Well, unfortunately, the AI that controls piping, just like the one that controls traffic, has some issues with deciding where to put the resource. So I have one building that is full of it and the other one that's, well, I wouldn't say empty, but not enough for it to work, which tends to be quite annoying. Let me see. Would be nice if I could do something about this. I don't know if that will help. Probably not, but who knows. So that's the first change. Oh, by the way, I have left the wind turbines here because there's plenty of empty space here and I don't really have an issue with wind turbines occupying it. I have also unlocked solar power plants a while ago, but they are much more inferior version of methane power plants, except they don't consume any resource. But I don't like them requiring workers, and they don't produce enough electricity to make up for that flow compared to wind turbines. So another problem, whoopsie, we don't have enough food. Alright, so I'll fix it in a moment. It seems pretty urgent. Okay. But is there an issue with water? Not necessarily. It's probably just not enough buildings for... And here we come to the second new thing. The buildings got upgraded at last to the next level, and this is probably why we don't have enough food, because a lot more people moved in. So parks, which you can see here in various forms, have been instrumental to allow that. But I have already talked about parks, so let's not waste any time on that. And the final change that I have made is that I have replaced concrete roads with highways, which have pretty sure double their speed. Yeah, 90 on concrete, 180 on the highways. There's one problem with the highways, which is that, as evidenced here, normal buildings cannot be connected to highways. The only buildings that can are basically logistic buildings, including train stations. So I will come back here to fix the survival food deficiency in a short moment off camera. But first let's take a look at the speed of vehicles on concrete and on highways. You can see them drastically slow down, and then you can see them, maybe not here, then let's see, okay, then here. You can see them drastically speed up. See? Like some kind of turbo. Alright, so let me fix the problem, and then I'll go to the next stage. Okay guys, there's progress. So first of all, I have replaced those wind turbines here with methane power plants, which are more efficient in the long run, especially in terms of using space. They are connected to power stations, which are basically the same thing as power poles, but on steroids. You can compare the radius. They're much more convenient, again, a better utilization of space and so on. Then I have reworked the home appliance factory area. Now the way it is lined up here with those roads, it's more efficient. Then we have it collected here and sent to a train station. Initially I wanted to make a train station connected to this train station and a highway going this way. There used to be a highway here just a while ago, but the cars that were taking the highway would go to both sides of the city, to both distribution centers, whereas those unloaded by train would only go to one. So I didn't really want such irregular crap, not on my ship. So in the end, this train station was connected to both big train stations. Actually, I have connected it with the same rails that the trains delivering computers operate on. It's not really the best choice, but fortunately so far they are not really getting stuck on platforms. There is no issue. So you can see a whole bunch of rails other than that, and this is because I have built a new industrial area where we produce so-called good food resource. First we produce chemicals, which is sent together with nearby produced oxygen to stem cell labs where we produce stem cells, which are then sent here to produce meat using water. In parallel, we have fertilizer factories here using chemicals and sulfur mined here to produce veggies by using water and oxygen available nearby. The whole thing is again powered with methane power plant because I don't want all those wind turbines every hacking where. So meat and veggies are then turned into so-called good meals. Then they are sent here to collection center, and then they are sent via trains to two different sides of the city. All right. Quite nice. So what I'm going to do now is to expand the city a bit, maybe until here. I'm not sure if I will expand the city afterwards. That will require some logistics complications to be tackled by me. It really depends on whether this part of the city will be sufficient. If it's sufficient to research everything and so on, then I will just keep it as is, and that will be fine. So what I'm going to do next is, like as I said, expand the city a bit, deliver the so-called good food, well, good meals, my bad, and then it will be time to produce home robots, for which I will probably use this area in tandem because they share some of the buildings. I think they share this part, this part, this part, and this part, and until this part from memory. Alright, so see you in the next moment. Alright, progress has been made, but there are some hiccups. So first of all, as you can see here, I have increased the factory area for home appliances. To do this, I had to increase the area here, but there are some issues here. Firstly, I don't have enough iron and copper, and secondly, I don't have enough workers to work all my buildings. Partially, this is because I've made my home robot factory area here. It's partially merged with the computer factory area. So first of all, we mine aluminium, iron and copper. Then part of the iron and copper is being sent here to be processed and then turned into motors, which are part of what we need to make robots. Another part is another part of copper, is turned into electronics and then into microchips. So part of that goes to the computers and the other part goes as microchips to neural processor factory. And neural processors produced there are necessary to build home robots. However, that isn't this simple, because to make neural processors we need nanotubes, which we make here. But to make nanotubes we need carbon made here and industrial chemicals. But to make industrial chemicals we need methane, which I source through a pipe. We also need chemicals, which I source here. And we also need distilled water, which I source here. And which is made by processing water gotten here. And the third resource necessary for home robots is sensors, which I make here. It is made partially by getting plastics from here, which requires oil from there, and secondly from aluminum, which is where part is going here for sensors and the rest is sent here for microchips, for the computers. So it's gotten quite complicated. Home robots are then delivered here to another train station, which is connected with this station here and then with this station here. As you can see here, we have some home robots here. Where was it? I think it's here. Yeah. So it's now finally time to start distributing them gradually. And after I get home robots, it will be time to get entertainment and finally upgrade my colony, and I will finally have all the population I need. So see you in a moment. Alright, have finally delivered home robots. I've also built entertainment buildings, a medium one, a small one, and a big one. And similar here. As you can see, my buildings are finally upgrading and my population cap has finally risen. Well, I'm a bit worried though about food. It may run out soon, especially here. Part of it is because there aren't enough workers, so these factories here were working at decreased efficiency, but it also remains true that I must most likely do something about this by expanding my factories here as well, the food related ones. Still no food, but it's actually some food being sent here. Let's see what will pop up. Those are robots. Okay, there is some food, the green one. Yep. They're being instantly sent out when they arrive. But there are just a few of them, I don't really like it. What's coming there? Home appliances. And how are home appliances faring? Oh, let me see, where the hell was that? Here it is. Okay, home appliances are fine for now. Well, there could be some more production here. It looks like it's mostly the issue of resources, but this area can still be expanded. Well, anyway, for today there is only one thing I still want to do, and that is it's time to finally expand our laboratories, because we have finally finished all green technologies. There's a few technologies I have skipped here. They are just decorations, I don't give a damn about them. And now it's time to finally start researching yellow technologies, after I, of course, expand those labs. Oh, on the side note, I won't expand this city here anymore, but I'm considering making a second city here. This will be more convenient in terms of resource distribution, logistics basically. Anyway, so let me take care of those labs and we'll be finishing today. Alright guys, so there's a small problem with good meals. As you could see on the left there's no issue, but here there is. Maybe I have more people overall on this side. Yeah, that would look pretty likely, judging by the respective sizes of the residential areas. I still have some food and it's constantly being delivered, by the storage is empty, unfortunately. Let me see. Good, it's being delivered. So I have expanded production here. It turns out that the main problem lies with the veggie farms. They are quite big and only can be fixed to roads alongside them. They cannot be placed perpendicularly like meat labs, for example. So I will have to probably expand the production once again. Just for clarity, this part is the one I built just now. This is the original area. So I'll probably have to expand veggies again, but I will probably also have to expand meal factories. Alright, on another note, as you can see, I have made a new highway here, which goes here and here. It's connected to this area here to get motors as well. And otherwise what goes along this highway is organic waste. And it's delivered here to yellow science packs. And we can finally start researching yellow technologies as a result. As you can see here, the first yellow technology is already being researched. Fortunately, it takes some time, And it seems like I will have to expand this research area once again. Alright, so this is what it looks like now. We have a colony here with its immediate logistics being placed alongside the buildings. We have rails and we have industrial complexes here and there. Right, now let me take a quick look at house appliances. Okay, no issue at all. Good. So that's it for this part. In the next part, we are going to start finally repairing the spaceship. And one of the highlights will be the repairing of the laser cannon, which I can later use to delete things like rocks and resource deposits on the map. Not sure if it can be used to remove anything else, maybe buildings, but I wouldn't bother to do this since I can just directly unclick them, so to say. But anyway, this is going to be for the next episode, and for now, thank you guys for watching, and until the next time.